Well, hi, I am Dr. Ken Randall, and I'm with the OU Office of Community Engagement as well as the College of Allied Health's Department of Rehabilitation Sciences. As a physical therapist, one of the things that I really like to talk with my patients, my colleagues, and anybody I come into contact with is if you're at a desk for any length of time, whether you're in your office or whether you're working from home, is to really think about your posture and your alignment while you're there. Because you spend so much time in this position that if you're not in good alignment, the muscles are not well balanced, the joints are not well balanced, and you start to develop pain as a result. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you have a habit of sitting at your desk and you're slumping like this, your head starts to shift forward, and these muscles right here, they have to start holding your head up. And do that for more than 5 or 10 minutes and it starts to produce a lot of pain. So if you ever have shoulder pain or headaches when you're at your desk, start thinking about your alignment because there's probably something going on with that. So let's talk about good alignment here. The minute I said that, you probably sat up a little straighter just by listening to me, and that's a good start. So think about these external auditory meatus, the holes where the sound goes into your ears, and think about them being balanced right over the midpoint of your shoulders as well as those two sit bones that you're sitting on. If you kind of move side to side, the ischial tuberosities, those sit bones, should be in alignment with your shoulders and those ears. And if you're really in this good alignment, suddenly your muscles don't have to work to hold your head up. So that would be my first tip, is thinking about your posture. The other thing is think about what you're sitting in, whether you're in your office chair or whether you're in a chair at home. Now, optimally, the best position is the best chair is one that gives you a position where you can rest your arms on an armrest here, and your forearms typically should be about parallel with the floor. When you're thinking about your monitor, it should be just about arm's reach away from you, and then the top of the monitor should be about 2 to 3 inches above eye level, so that you're kind of looking at mostly towards the top middle part of your monitor here. So arms resting on an armrest if you can, thinking good alignment. If you find that you tend to slump a lot, you can get a lumbar roll or just make one by rolling up a towel. And if you put this right in your lower back, just above where your belt line might be, that's going to really keep you in an excellent alignment. That with your arms resting here, you're in good stead to do a fair amount of work at your computer. The mouse should be just an extension of where your arm is resting on the desk, and you're able to move with the hand being pretty much level with your elbow. So working at your desk, whether you're on Zoom, whether you're on your keyboard or whatever, think about the fact that the longer you are in a position, even if you're in good alignment, the more challenging it's going to be for your body. The body really likes movement, and the more you move, the more frequently you get up and move, the better your muscles are going to like that. So I would suggest that if you're at your computer for any length of time, about every 20 minutes, just get up and move around a little bit. And I think with that, in alignment, you're going to be in good stead. Now, one of the other things that I'd like to chat with you about is thinking about exercises that can just make your musculoskeletal system better prepared, not only for sustained postures, but also for the movements that you're going to do throughout your day. So we'll talk about those exercises that you can do, some stretches, some strengthening, that's going to help to prepare you to sit at your desk for those endless meetings and for those long times that you are working on documents. So let's go through a few exercises that you can do that will help you to tolerate sitting at the desk for any length of time. We're in the physical therapy laboratory here at the University of Oklahoma, Tulsa, and you could do these exercises in what you are wearing at the moment, but just so that we can kind of be competitive with the guys on TikTok, let's do it right. All right, that's better. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises that will help you while you're at your desk. 2 are flexibility exercises to counteract that sustained posture of sitting that you're going to be in. And the 3rd is a core exercise, because the stronger your core is, the more it supports your lower back and the less likely you are to have any kind of discomfort with that. So the first exercise is a yoga pose called the upward facing dog. And what I love about this pose is that it counteracts the seated position that you're in all the time. So your hands are about under where your shoulders are, and If you need to rest your knees on the floor, that's fine, or you can bring them up like this. Push your shoulders away from your ears, and then just kind of look up towards the ceiling. This is going to counteract all the sitting that you do. And then the next pose really helps to stretch some of the muscles that might get tight from sitting, and that's the downward facing dog pose. So you just get into this inverted V position. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. And then if you need to rest your knees down, you can still get a little bit of that stretch, but if possible, keep the knees up so that you can really stretch those hamstrings. And then the last exercise, the core exercise, is one that anybody can do to strengthen the muscles of their abdominals as well as their back. So you start in quadruped, just hands and knees, hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Pull your belly button into your spine to set your core, and then you can reach one arm and bring it down, do the other arm, or if that's too easy or you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring one arm up and one leg up, holding it nice and still for maybe about 10 seconds, and then go to the other side, always keeping your belly pulled in towards your spine to keep that core nice and active. So with those 3 exercises, you really are going to be well set to sit at a desk for as long as you need to, but always remember, if you can get up about every 20 minutes and move around, that's even better. So cheers to your good health. Think about your posture, think about your alignment, do a few exercises and keep moving, and you're going to be in great shape.